Hey friends, hey friends, hey friends, hey friends, hey friends. So, what is Amazon automation? So, I've been selling on Amazon for going on 4 years actually. Wow. Going on 4 years I've been selling on Amazon. And I love Amazon, right? Amazon, I think, is just straight killing the fucking game. Amazon is straight killing the fucking game, right? So I've made a lot of money, on Amazon. I've helped a lot of people make a lot of money on Amazon too. I've helped people make $100. I help people make $1,000. I help people make 6 figures, 5 figures, with Amazon, because I also sell an Amazon class, an Amazon course on how to drop ship and also how to do fulfillment, right, by Amazon, right? So I show people how to do this, right? I have resources, and I let people plug into my resources, and I allow people to really position themselves, right? But as the years go on, right, and you start to grow, right, and you start to innovate, what starts to happen is you start to see bigger and better opportunities, right? So dropshipping is great because you can now see the ins and outs of Amazon. You can understand the customer side. You can understand the seller side. You can understand the policies and the procedures, of Amazon. You understand the shipping, right? You understand, how to list. You understand, how to turn $1, into $2. You get to understand, how profits work and profit margins work. So dropshipping is great because it teaches you a lot. And I've taught a lot of people a lot of different things about Amazon, right? So I started with dropshipping, and I did dropshipping for about 2 years, right? And the reason that I moved from dropshipping full time, like my store 100% drop shipping, is because drop shipping also can be a headache, okay? Because you're doing everything. You're doing the customer service, you're doing the returns, you're dealing with the wholesaler, you're dealing with the vendor, you're dealing with, the store, you're dealing with the emails, you're dealing with the chargebacks, you're dealing with the refunds, you're dealing with everything, right? So you're literally the jack of all trades when you're doing drop shipping, especially if you haven't outsourced it to anyone else, right? FBA, drop shipping is 100% hands-on. FBA is about, I want to say 80% hands-off, but you still, right, have to understand the policies and the procedures of Amazon. So I moved into FBA, right? And for me, I think FBA is a longer term play, especially if you don't have $100,000 to drop on product and inventory, right? I didn't have $100,000 to drop on inventory, maybe $5,000, right? So the thing about FBA, you got to keep fueling it, right? It's like an investment, right? You got to keep fueling it, except it's not a risky investment, right? Because they're guaranteed with FBA that you'll get 30% on your money, right? So a lot of people don't understand ROI. This is why people don't invest in themselves, because they don't understand ROI. So with FBA, it's a ROI. If I put $5,000 in, what will be my return on investment? 20%, 30%, 50% in the next 90 days, 6 months, a year. My thing is with FBA, if you have money in the bank, it's not getting you no return, right? So you can use FBA to actually let your money make you money, because you're not doing the hard work. So with FBA, I have a guy that sends everything in. He lists everything for you, okay? And all you got to make sure is that your prices are competitive and that your account is staying in good standing. So you're really probably spending maybe 2-3 hours a week versus 10 hours a week with drop shipping. So drop shipping is like 10 hours a week. FBA, let's just say about maybe 2 to 3 hours a week. You're just making sure your prices are competitive. You're making sure, that your account is in good standings, right? So those are the two, right? Now it's also private labeling. It's the same thing. You got to make sure your prices are competitive. You also want to make sure your account is in good standings. But again, you can outsource the private label stuff. You can actually send your stuff in with your labels on there and get a SKU number and get a store number, and then now you can send your stuff in and start driving traffic to it, right? But then there's something called Amazon automation. Now, I've been studying Amazon automation for 2 years, right? Again, everything is the same. You still got to maintain your store. You still got to check to see if your store is in good standings. You still got to make sure your prices are competitive enough to be able to sell. The difference now with automation drop shipping is that the 100% that you would be doing, now you literally cut that by like 80%, because they're sourcing for you, they're listing for you, okay? They're shipping for you, they're dealing with the customer returns, they're dealing with the headache of the customer, right? They're dealing with the ins and outs of the day-to-day, right? So automation literally cuts your time by 80%. Now, the same rule apply. You still got to make sure your account is in good standing, right? You still got to make sure your prices are, competitive. But again, you're spending 2 to 3 hours a week versus 10 to 20 hours a week doing drop shipping. So I decided to move to Amazon automation. Now, there's people that charge $40,000, $50,000, $100,000, and it's still worth it, because if you're completely outsourcing your whole entire store, right, to someone where you don't even have the time to put in 10 to 20 hours a day, it makes perfect sense, right? But it costs a lot more, because now you're hiring. This is what Amazon automation is for drop shipping. You're hiring someone to do all the work for you. Well, 80% of the work for you. Let's just say 85% of the work for you, right? So you don't have to deal with the headache. So when I first saw Amazon automation, I got excited. I was like, well, shit, I can do this, right? But then the risk is you don't know what people are putting in your store, right? You don't know who these people are that are doing it, right? So it took me time to really research. It took me time to really trust this whole process. Like I said, I've been studying automation for 2 years, right? I've seen people account get shut down because they're not ethical and all that stuff. But thank God for my boy Jay, right? He does Amazon automation. He's been doing Amazon for 5 years. He made millions of dollars on Amazon doing drop shipping. So I hit him up and, I told him what I wanted to do. And basically, he gave me some prices. He was like, listen, if I take over your whole store for 90 days, right, this is what it's going to cost. If I take over your store for 6 months, this is what it's going to cost. If I take over your store for a whole year, this is what it's going to cost, right? So I said, okay, fine, great. So I took it up a notch and I said, okay, well, I have a whole lot of people that's doing Amazon and also wants to get into automation. So I said, well, what deal can you break with me? Right? Because I want my people to get into it too. And this is why I'm telling you guys, 2019 is going to be the last year that you're going to be able to get a basic course from me, which you still could make money, it's $500, right? Or the advanced course, which is the 90-day, which I'm talking about FBA, right? Which is $1,500. My thing is, I want people to make more money spending less hours. Right? More money, spending less hours. Again, automation is like investing. Okay? How can I get a return on my money? If I do 90 days, if I spend $5,000 for 90 days, how much can I make? Can I make $1,000? Can I make $2,000? Can I make $3,000 on my money? And then you put money back into it. Right? So you keep fueling it. Basically, that's how it works. Like real estate. You keep fueling the real estate so you can get a return on your investment, right? So for my people, right, he also said, okay, well, he'll give my people a deal. My people that are already in and people that are coming in, right? So this is why I need you guys to get your credit together. Right? I need you guys to get your credit together, because if you want to do this, you need at least $5,000 to start, at least up to $30,000 to start, right? So $5,000 to $30,000 to start. With that, you're still going to get the course, my course, because setting up Amazon, it's only one way to set up Amazon. right? You're still going to get the course, with it. And then with the agency, because it's the Amazon Automation Agency, they actually do bi-weekly coaching, right? They do bi-weekly coaching to help you stay ahead. And if you have a multi-level marketing business, a hair business, lash business, a brick and mortar business, they also run Bing ads and Google ads for you. So it's not just do Amazon automation, they also understand traffic. And if you have another business, they can also help you run that other business for the same price that you're paying for the Amazon automation. So it's like, for me, a no-brainer, right? It's a no-brainer, right? It's like no brains to really think about this. You want to make more? Spend less hours, plus you want them to, run traffic to your business if you're struggling to get traffic. It's a no-brainer, but you got to get your credit right. Now, your credit has to be right in order for me to help you access funding. I'm the plug, right? I can help you access 50,000, 100,000, but your credit score need to be at least 690 to 750 to get this type of access to this type of money, right? So again, some of y'all need a write-off, right? We only got 48 days left in this year. Some of y'all need a write-off, right? Some of y'all need to spend 25 grand, 10 grand to get a write-off, right, in your business. Some of y'all need that, right? But again, that's why I said moving forward, if you haven't partnered with me doing Amazon this year, now is your time. You got 48 days left, right? You got 48 days left to do it. Again, Christmas is around the corner. Give yourself the gift of education and knowledge, right? What I teach people, they learn and they know for the rest of their life. It's not like you forget the information. You could go build an Amazon store, a Shopify store, your own store, go build your digital business, whatever. Right? You literally can do whatever you want to do, right? So the education is key. So you get the basic course for $500. I show you how to start listing and you're doing 100% the work. Then the 90-day is basically the same thing, except now I'm teaching you FBA where you're doing 80% of the work and you still need a budget. Okay, each level, friends, you still need a budget. It's a business, right? So you spend, let's say, $5,000 for 90 days to learn, how to do Amazon. And then now you have a whole agency that's working for you, that's doing it for you, and say you got $500 a month. You got $1,000 a month. The $5,000 is you paying them to source and list and ship. But they can't ship it if they don't have a budget from you, right? The same thing with dropshipping. You can't ship it if you don't have a budget. Same thing with FBA. If you don't have money up front, then they can't put stuff in your store, right? Same thing with private label. If you can't spend the money and buy all the products, then you can't make money. Right? So I want you guys to study this. I want you guys to go and do your research on Amazon automation. There's people charging $100,000. There's people charging $25,000. There's people charging $40,000, $50,000. Okay, to do this. And there's a lot of white men doing it. I don't see no black girls doing it. And the thing is, I'm not going to be doing the store for you. I'm outsourcing it for you as well. Right? You go through me, right? So you can get the course, so you can set up your Amazon store, so you can set up your LLC, so you can set up your S Corp, because Amazon only wants businesses. See, Amazon's a boss. All right? Everybody else is workers. Amazon only want businesses selling on their platform. They don't want no individual name. They only want businesses. So if you got an EIN number, a S Corp, a LLC, then that's what you're going to use to set up your Amazon account. If not, it's just going to take you maybe 2 months to set up. Amazon only wants businesses selling on their platform, which makes sense. Makes sense to me. Right? So if you've been considering doing drop shipping, now's the time to start. If you've been considering FBA, now's the time to start. Now, will I still have access to my FBA plug? Yeah. Right? Will I still have access to drop shipping products? Yeah. Those will still be backups, if anything happens to automation, right? My Amazon automation and outsourcing it to a whole team, right? But again, right, I'm moving and I'm growing. That's the thing, right? I don't want to be, looking at, my Amazon, right? I don't want to be shipping anything, right? I want to be able to pay, and thank God my money, right, is allowing me to now outsource it to a whole agency where they're going to take care of everything, where I can just focus on my coaching and focus on CBD, period. All right, that's what I'm doing for 2020. All right, now I'm still be helping people with their e-commerce and all that stuff, but at the same time too, if you can work less and make more, it's a no-brainer. How many of y'all wishing you could work less hours and make more money? Well, Amazon automation is the key. Amazon automation is the tool to getting it done, right? So again, now is the time. Christmas is around the corner. You need to get a part of this money rush. You can start with dropshipping. You can start with $500. Again, I lowered the price to $500 from $750 so people can get it. Again, but if you don't want to do it, then you ain't going to be able to do it, right? Because here's the thing. Here's what I feel about really building a business. You need a guide. You need a coach. You need a mentor. You need someone. You need a course. Right? And like I said, I feel like I am the only black woman online selling an Amazon course, right? Or a basic course or an advanced course for the cheapest, right? There's people selling the same course that I had for $5,000 and people paying it, right? So I've been cutting myself short for real, right? So again, you have the opportunity now to spend your $500, invest your $500 to learn how to drop ship. You have the opportunity now to spend your $1,500, right? And I've had people do research and come back to me saying, Tanisha, you know what? You was more reasonable than anybody else. Right, for real. I know. Trust me, I did the research. I know it's nothing but a bunch of white men selling Amazon courses. Or black men. Ain't no black women. Ain't no white women, right? They may be doing little things here and there, but they ain't marketing it, right? So again, friends, right? This is your last time. You got 48 days. If you've been thinking about it, you've been hoping and praying about it, now's the time to stop all that hoping and praying about it. You only got 49 days left, 48 days left, right? You should get yourself started, right? Because when January 1st come, there won't be no way to get a $500 course, right? There won't be no way to get a $1,500 course. It's going to be $5,000 or better, right? So those that get in are the ones that now will have the education and knowledge. Those that don't will just wait, pray, wish, hope, wait, pray, wish, hope. 2020. You can't say 2020 is yours. Can't say 2020 is yours. Or 2020 is going to be yours. And you ain't even started now. It doesn't work like that, right? So Amazon automation, guys, more people are moving into automation because people don't want to deal with the headache. I, for one, are one of them that's moving into automation. So again, work less and make more is the key to financial independence, is the key to having more time freedom, is the key, friends, to winning. Period. Right? So go to createmyown.economy.com.